I'm also getting Hiren Ved, Director and Chief Investment Officer, Alchemy Capital Management, joining me on the phone line. Good evening. Welcome to NDTV Profit. Hiren, your first thoughts, the US imposing this 25% blanket tariff on key Indian exports. What sectors are you seeing immediately vulnerable? Do you anticipate any surprise winners among Indian exporters, given that we're seeing a shifting trade landscape? Hiren, if you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, lovely. I'm going to repeat my question. We're seeing the US imposing this 25% blanket tariff on key Indian exports. So wanted to understand from you immediately which key sectors are you seeing as the most vulnerable? And are you anticipating any kind of surprise winners among the Indian exporters, given that the trade landscape has shifted a fair bit?
Well, I think, first of all, I think that this is, obviously this has come, the way it has been imposed is a little bit of a surprise because, everybody thought that negotiations would be on. But I think a day or two before, there was some sensitization that was happening that perhaps 20 to 25% tariffs may be levied, and I think that has been levied, right? So I think, if you look at the big export items from India, one is pharmaceuticals, another is textiles, gems and jewelry, maybe electronics. A lot of these items are currently exported from India to the US. And if things stand as they are, then there would be a 25% tariff on all those export items. And there could be some uncertainty around these sectors for at least for some time to come. But we don't know, as we have seen in several cases in the past, that, this could be potentially the opening gambit. I'm very sure that there will be some back-channel negotiations going on. The very fact that President Trump has left the additional tariffs or penalty, as they call it, as ambiguous, makes me feel that this is the opening gambit, and they want us to talk to them and come to some kind of a conclusion. So, my sense is that there is no point trying to immediately react to this, though this has kind of come as, this was expected, but, this has come as a little bit of a surprise. I think we should not jump to any conclusion, either on the positive side or on the negative side.
Great point there. Hiren, in the past, you've highlighted that narrowing India's trade surplus with the US, such as by importing more US oil or defense equipment, could be a pragmatic solution to reduce the trade friction. Would you still say that this is an avenue that you believe that the government should urgently pursue as part of the ongoing dialogue?
Well, I think I'm no one to advise the government. I think they are in a far better position to understand. But I think, from what we have read, yes, I think the easiest thing to do would be to buy more energy from the US, which I think India had already begun to do. And I think at the same time, India had already started to diversify their crude imports away from Russia to Middle East and other countries. So I'm sure that the government has, in its own wisdom, already thought of many contingency plans. As far as importing defense equipment is concerned, I think it's a little more it's not something that you can do overnight. So, what is on offer and whether that is acceptable and agreeable to our armed forces, whether it makes sense, those are several other considerations. So I think that theoretically, both energy and defense could be one way to look at narrowing the deficit. I think energy is easier. Defense is probably a little more trickier and may take a lot of time. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.